The problem is from holy light to agape. Previously, we say we have to deal with the femininity and get more conditioned ourselves. All kinds. You have to control your ego, that type of thing, right? It seems never reach the.
It's too hard.
It's too hard to succeed.
To reach, yes. Yeah. It's like perfection.
Yeah, it can never be reach this level.
Yeah.
Right.
We can never reach this stage. Yeah.
Yes. So this is called imperfect, right? Never be perfect. We never be perfect. But this imperfect is a perfect.
Imperfect perfection.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So this is already perfect because you have deep down in your heart want to be that level. Once I remind you, don't just go that level before you have those basics to pass the basic step. Don't do that. You have to pass one step by one step. Right?
One, yeah.
If you cannot pass the previous first, second step, you suddenly jump with this step. I'll tell you, you will be
in trouble.
In trouble. We will be big trouble. Okay, so don't try that. Don't try that until you can get into merciful, holy life. Then you learn how to do that. Okay. When the time you learn to do that, you already arrived the peak.
The learning process already,
the learning process is a lifetime learning
already,
process.
Yeah,
yes.
meet the standard.
Yes, yeah. And also it's very hard to prove that you arrive that level, agape level, because normal life you don't get suffering because
you don't get chance to suffer.
Yeah, you don't get chance on suffering because the commandment, right? So that's why that's why Paul, our brother, beloved brother, say about that you experience torture, then you experience patience, and then you go through the process, and then you
reach hope.
Yeah. You fulfill your hope.
Yeah.
Fulfill what hope? It's the hope that we get tortured.
Used to suffer.
We used to suffer. We get tortured. We long hope for. Because when you get tortured, then you prove yourself arrive the level of agape. This is
because you get a chance to perform.
Yes, this is the meaning of why Paul say that. Message, time. Yes.
But to be honest, I am not hoping for torture. I am not at that stage yet.
So you're not at this stage yet, okay? So anyway, so this is what our beloved brother means.
Right.
Okay. Then we go one step forward to, like, suppose we already go to this peak. Then Jesus say about you can learn the character of God, right? And you'll be like God in the first step.
Is it optional? It's just for reference?
It's only for reference.
Okay.
If you arrive agape, then you will have these things
curiosity.
In your heart.
You want to find out more.
Yeah, you want to find out. How I change, or you can use this to judge yourself. You can judge yourself, okay? You judge yourself, did I arrive the agape or not, right? Jesus say, you are the salt of the world. If the salt has no taste, it will be thrown to the road and let other people to step on. What Jesus truly means is not the use of salt to preserve the world. No. It's not talking about to preserve the world, but he only talk about the taste of salt. That means like people act together should have some agape, right? What Jesus means is we have to agape other people.
Each other.
And especially we have to agape each other. We were the people inside,
Our circle?
inside the name of Jesus. So Jesus say that we have to agape each other. Suppose we say brother and sister, okay? That's a story. Jesus tells a story. One time, there's when Jesus and their disciple get into a place, Jesus and other disciple are inside the house, and Peter alone stand in front of the house. When Peter stand in front of the house, there's some soldier from the temple. They collecting tax. So they find Peter stand in the house and ask Peter, "You pay tax? Also your rabbi pay tax?" Peter immediately answered, "Yes, of course." Then Peter turned back and went inside the house.
Get some money.
When he met Jesus, Jesus asked Peter, in a country, if the king has to collect taxes, did he collect from his prince and princess, or he collect from the normal people? Peter said, "Oh, of course, the prince don't need to pay tax. The normal people has to pay." Jesus said, "Then I don't need to pay tax, right? Because he's the Son of God. The temple is the temple of God, right?" But Jesus said, "But because I don't want them," means the soldier, get sinful, then you go to the riverside and fishing. When you catch the first fish, you open the fish mouth, you find one coin. That coin is enough to pay your and my tax. So the other disciple come up and ask, "Now who's the big brother?" Because Peter has that character. He's always feel like he's the big brother. Okay, he's the leader of the disciple.
Okay.
And so all the other disciples, now who's teasing him? Who's the big brother? Like that. Then Jesus asked a little boy, a child. Okay, I don't know boy or girl. Okay, a child come in here, stand in front of them to say, "If you guys cannot be like that, like a child, then you cannot in the king of sky, in the kingdom of sky." Cannot get in the kingdom of sky. And he also say, if a man has 100 sheep, he lost one, he will leave that 99 sheep and go out to find the sheep back. Like normally people misunderstand this teaching, thinking those, if you get the gospel, then you should go out and find other people. No, Jesus doesn't mean that. He means you already know the commandment and also in the kingdom of sky, but you get lost. Then other people has to go and find you back.
So Jesus actually saying that all those 99 sheep or even the lost sheep are actually people who already have faith in the 10 Commandments. Not everyone.
Not other people, right?
Not everyone.
Yeah, not other people. Then Jesus say, like if you have one brother, he fall in sinful, then you guys got to go and talk to him, right? One on one, and tell him to come back. Have a purified heart again. If he don't listen to you, you find one or two people to go together and talk to him. If he still don't listen to you, you can treat him as like a normal people. Right. That means like he's the salt lost the taste. Then he's been thrown out from the party.
No fun for you.
No fun. It's been thrown out because you don't listen to anybody, right?
or he's not ready, right?
Yes.
Not ready. What could you do when someone's not ready,
Yeah.
right?
And immediately Peter asked Jesus, "So my brother insult me. How should I go forgive?"
It's like a son go crying with his father.
Should I forgive them 7 times? Jesus say no, not 7 times. seven times.
7 times 7 is
Yeah.
Right.
7 times.
Right.
So, like you begin to count the how
of
many
times.
times you already forget, right?
Right.
So
That
it
means
means
infinitive.
totally forget. Like brother and sister has to be agape each other,
Right.
right?
Right.
And Jesus taught Peter, tell Peter a story. He said one noble has a lot of money, of course, right? And one guy borrow his money. So it's a time he has to
Pay back.
right? He don't get money. So the noble tell him, okay, you sell your wife and sell your child. Then you come, be my slave. The guy the back noble say, oh, you please forgive me. I'll find money and pay you back. Then the noble say, okay, you go. That guy go out and find a young guy that owe him money. He grab him and say, okay, you pay my money. Then so the young guy say, oh, I don't have money now. I'll find money and pay you.
你講 that guy 嗰個開始。
That guy grab him and get him into the jail, right?
Get him to jail.
Get him to jail. So when the other people saw that and tell the noble, oh, he do that. So when the noble meet that guy again, say, okay, I forgive you and you don't forgive other people. So you have to go into jail. And Jesus say, unless he's lucky enough to pay the last cents he owned the noble, otherwise he cannot get out from that jail.
Right.
Jesus talk about lucky,
Right.
we say we don't believe lucky, but Jesus say about lucky. We will later discuss this thing, okay?
Right.
Right now we don't talk about that.
Right.
This story is saying that if you don't forgive other people, then God will not forgive you, because the noble means God, right?
Okay.
So this is the character of God. God is like you back him, he forgive you, right? This is agape. But we have to have agape each other, otherwise we will not be forgiven.
So we will not be forgiven if we don't forgive other people. It's more like you mentioned before, we will be judged one day the way that we judge people. I think it's the same thing.
Yes, it's the same thing. Jesus tell it again, and he also meant God is agape to us in this way.
Right.
And we have to agape each other. So this is today's talk, right? we learn other character next time, okay?
Okay.
See you. Bye-bye.